And US President Donald Trump has called the death of the 33-year-old Renee Good, who was fatally shot by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, a tragedy. And this after Trump claimed that Renee Good's father was a tremendous Trump fan. Now, speaking to reporters at the White House, Trump said that ICE will make mistakes sometimes and that he felt horrible when he learned about the woman's death. Trump's comments are in sharp contrast to his initial statements, where he had called Renee Good a professional agitator.
They're going to make mistakes sometimes. ICE is going to be too rough with somebody, or, they're dealing with rough people. They're going to make a mistake sometimes. It can happen. We feel terribly. I felt horribly when I was told that the young woman who was had the tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's a horrible thing. Everybody would say it. ICE would say the same thing. But when I learned her parents and her father in particular I hope he still is, but I don't know, was a tremendous Trump fan. He was all for Trump.
Trump then held up mugshots of people arrested in Minnesota, describing them as worst of the worst and top-of-the-line criminals. Now, with the high-ended tactics of federal troops coming into question, senior Border Patrol official Greg Bovino has defended his agency, saying that it's targeting people who pose a serious threat to the community. And according to Bovino, over 10,000 people have been arrested in Minnesota in the last 1 year alone.
Our operations are lawful, they're targeted, and they're focused on individuals who pose a serious threat to this community. They are not random, and they are not political. They are about removing criminals who are actively harming Minneapolis neighborhoods.
Now, as anger mounts against ICE, protesters rallied and marched through Midtown Manhattan to mark 1 year since Trump's return to office, calling for the abolition of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement and an end to U.S. military action abroad. Protesters chanted slogans of "We want ICE off our streets" and held up signs reading "Stop ICE Terror" and "Abolish ICE." In Washington, D.C., hundreds of protesters walked off their jobs in protest against Trump's policies. Protesters marched through the streets carrying banners, voicing dissatisfaction over Trump's domestic, immigration and foreign policies.
This outrageously horrible administration brings me out. I'm a citizen and this is my responsibility. I'm 83 years old. It's not my first demonstration, but the situation now is worse than I ever imagined could be. We have a crook, a felon in the White House, and the damage he's done in this first year is just horrendous.
Protesters also gathered outside Trump Tower in New York with banners reading "Impeach Trump," with several calling for Trump's removal from office and criticizing his administration's policies.